All right, so if you're asking why am I not a nurse in Japan, I want to just say that's a great question. Hi guys and gals, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Queen Yaya here, and today we're going to be addressing one of the most asked questions that I get living in Japan. When I tell people what I do, I'm an English teacher, but I have a degree in nursing, and they're like, well, why aren't you a nurse in Japan? We're going to be talking about that today. So I'm going to give you the short answer, and then I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit more so you can kind of understand what the situation is here. Why is my head up? My hair, sorry. But yeah, I'm not a nurse in Japan because I am not qualified, or not qualified. Sorry, that's not the word. I am not certified to practice nursing in Japan. Certified, like, what does that mean? You know, is your qualification not good enough, or blah blah blah? My qualification is fine. The problem is, just like I think pretty much every other country in the world, you cannot just leave. Let's say a Japanese nurse cannot just leave Japan with her nursing degree or nursing qualifications and years of experience or whatever else she has under her belt, go to America, get a job in a hospital, and start working. It doesn't work like that. Why? Because countries have their own different certifying examinations that you have to take. You can go to school quite well anywhere in the world, but where you want to practice, you have to take that country or that state's licensing exam before you can practice in that state. So that's the simple, answer to that. I'm not certified to I'm not certified to practice in Japan. So, follow-up question, what does it take to get certified? It's not that difficult, sis, let me tell you. All right, so I know Japan has this program. Hold on, let me get my laptop because I don't want to give you guys wrong information. I've done my research. I've tried this. I have tried to be a nurse here. All right, so Japan, it says currently foreign nurses and caregivers are allowed to work in Japan only under bilateral economic partnership agreements, which is made between different countries. So it has nothing to do with you. Which exists with Japan has this relationship with Indonesia, the Philippines, and Vietnam. That's it. That's the only three countries. And under this bilateral economic partnership agreement, you can come to Japan. They give you 4 years in which you can come to Japan and do a residency. But by the end of that 4 years, you need to pass their kangoshi certifying exam. Kangoshi is basically just nurse. So you need to learn. They give you that 4 years to basically learn the language and acquire the skills and vocabulary that you would need to pass that exam. And if you cannot pass that exam after 4 years, I think you gotta go back to your country or something. You cannot continue practicing in Japan. But that option is only open to nurses from Indonesia, the Philippines, and Vietnam. So regular old schmegular me from Cameroon, or you from the States or Australia or whatever, that option is not open to you. Sorry. I think everybody else, you just have to come and you would have to just take the nursing exam on your own without the how do you call it, residency, the 4 years that they give the others. So the residency basically is the other countries you can be working as a nurse while you're studying and getting the experience you need to write that exam. But with other countries, you cannot be working as a nurse while you're studying to do that. You got to study, get enough Japanese under your belt, take the exam, and then you can find a job. So yeah, so you get it. So good. Next question. Well, why not study and then become a nurse in Japan? I mean, after all, I've already been here 3.5 years. Imagine if I was studying from day one. Where would I have been now? I have the answer to that question for you. So, let me put this right here. Yaya and languages. This is funny. I'm not proud to say it. Well, kind of am, because there's nothing I can do about it. But I don't know if you guys know this, but Cameroon is a bilingual country. That is, English and French are both national languages. That's the simplest way I can put it. So if you are born and raised and do your education in the English speaking part of Cameroon, you are required to take French classes right up to PhD moon status. I don't know what the highest level of education is. I think it's PhD, but if there's anything after that, right up to that level, you are required to take French classes. And similar with the French section, I think if you grew up in a French zone, you're required to take English classes right up to the highest level of education. I know there was a chunk of my life that I was not in Cameroon for my education, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's focus on the years, the many years that I did go to school in Cameroon. From nursery school, preschool, whatever you call it, right up to my graduation from nursing school. French is the only subject that I failed pretty much every year. And that's okay. Because I was an excellent student. You would get my report card, and let's say I took 12 subjects that semester. I would have 11 out of 12 subjects, and I failed only French. You can't be mad at me. It's not my fault I don't know the language. But yeah, that says a lot. Like I'm from a bilingual country and I don't speak the second language. That says a lot about my ability to learn a different language. It's non-existent. So yeah, I kind of gave up before I even started with Japanese, because Japanese is not even like French. French, you have the alphabet. You have the A, the B, the C, right? The Y and the Z, whatever they call the last digit. In Japanese, you have the hiragana, the katakana, and the kanji. These are all part of their alphabet writing schemes. I don't even want to get into it, but their alphabet, including kanji, you would have to learn, to get the level of Japanese that you would first of all need to pass the nursing exam. Is not like a regular level of Japanese. All right, so anyway, people come to Japan, right? And there's some people who just come here, they want to live here forever, and kudos to you. And they work their butts up, study hard. And the Japanese language test, there's 5 levels. There's N5, N4, N3, N2, and the top one is N1. With N1, they consider you have native level Japanese abilities. But to pass that licensing exam, you would need something that's more than N1, like a specialty for N1. Because not only would you need to know the regular everyday Japanese, you would need to learn the specific vocabulary needed for your job. Because there's obviously lots and lots of medical terminology that if you ask an N1 holder, they would be like, huh? Because they're not a nurse. That's why you go to nursing school, to learn those stuff. So you would need to go an extra step from N1. So I was like, no, thank you. That's basically the summary of it all. I'm not certified to practice. The certification goes however I just mentioned here, which is pretty hard for me. And I don't plan to live in Japan for a long period of time anyway, so that just wasn't gonna be worth it to me. I mean, I know knowing a language, there's always advantages to knowing another language, but bro, this language and stuff, please just keep it away from me. I'm gonna try to get my kids to be at least trilingual though, or bilingual at the least, but I'm gonna start them young. I feel like if I would have, really been into it from a young age, I would have been doing better. But this adult me, she don't do good with languages. Anyway, another question I get is, well, not really a question, but let's say, okay, on my LinkedIn profile, right, I have, my qualification, I'm a nurse there, and then I have my location, Japan, there. So I've had numerous recruiters reach out to me would you be interested in working as a nurse on a military base? There's tons of military bases in Japan because of World War II, especially in Okinawa is beautiful. If you haven't seen my Okinawa vlog, go ahead and look at that. I went to Okinawa 2 months ago or so now, or a month and a half ago, and I just had the best time. I would love to live there. I would love, if I could, I would love to work, on one of the military bases there as a nurse, because I just love that island life. Live on the beach, on the coast somewhere, and just be living it up. I'll, put that in the archives for my future. But yeah, so they reached out to me would you be interested? And I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not certified to practice nursing in the United States either. So if you don't know, U.S. military base is basically U.S. soil, U.S. property. I'm not sure how to put it, but it's America. You enter the gate and you're in America. So if you're working on the base and you need like if it's a specialty kind of qualification job, like, you know, medicine or whatever else, you would need like a U.S. licensing exam to permit you to do that in the United States. You need that licensing to work on base. So yeah, that's my predicament there. So I can't work on the States because yeah, I can't work on the base because I can't work in the States. But that's okay. I mean, the process to working on in the States, to being a nurse in the States, it's not really that hard. The problem is I'm not in the United States, and I need to be in the United States to take the NCLEX, because you have to like register at a state board, and then the state has to like check your qualifications to make sure you are even qualified to take the RN board, the RN NCLEX exam. That's what they call it. So, but if you know how I can take that board exam, you know, in Japan, go ahead and let me know, please. Send me a DM. This is my Instagram. DM me on Instagram. Put it in the comment section. Let me know, because I would love to get a head start. Because my plans, nobody asked, but my plans when I leave Japan is I want to get into like the nurse anesthetist field, nurse anesthesiologist, however way you pronounce it. And I've already done a little bit of the research of what that's gonna require. And like basically the first step is go to nursing school, pass the RN. I've gone to nursing school, I need to pass the RN. After that, you need to have at least 1 year of experience in an intensive care unit. And when I worked in Cameroon, after nursing school, that's what I did. I worked in the reanimation unit, which is our name for an ICU, because listen to the name, reanimate. So animate is like somebody who is, well, not animated, and we gotta reanimate them. I play too much. But yeah, that's our version of ICU. So I already have that ICU experience. And after you have that 1 year, at least 1 years of experience, you then apply to go to the anesthesiology school, which is anywhere from 1 to 3 years, depending on how fast of a learner you are, I guess. I plan to do it in maximum 2 years. And after that, we making at least 6 figures to start, and then it's only up from there. So yeah, those are my plans for when I get back to the States. And then, you know, once I'm making that good money, I can get me a man, get married, hopefully, because I do want to be a wife, and have some babies. But we'll see. You know, you make plans and the universe is like, you thought. But yeah, hopefully that's how it works out for me. But yeah, that's the simple answer to it. Why can I not practice nursing in Japan? I'm not qualified. Why do I keep saying qualified? I am qualified. I'm not certified to practice nursing in Japan. I'm not certified to practice nursing in the States, and that's why I cannot be a nurse on base either. Alright guys, if you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel already if you haven't. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for stopping by once again. If you're not a subscriber already, go ahead, consider joining our family. We just went over 400 subscribers like last week. We're at 405 right now, and I want to thank you guys so much for joining me in my little talkative rant that I be having like once a week. That's it for today's video. Until next time,